Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 36 of our NHL 20 franchise mode here with your Chicago Blackhawks. In the last episode, we made some big decisions, trading for the first overall selection, which was a lot to trade for, but we got a great player in Jürgen Schroeder, who's looking like he could potentially be the next big Patrick Kane. He has the speed, and he has that shooting category to rip apart goaltenders every single day. And I'm really excited to see what Jürgen Schroeder will do, which the thing that will be very awesome is he's going to be making his debut already on the roster. But in today's episode, we're going to have to make some big decisions as we are looking a little bit weaker on the offensive hand, as we don't got as many offensive capabilities as we usually do, as we're weak on the third line, as we have really nobody on the third line, and also our top four defensive core, we really don't have a top four defenseman to look at right now. So as a team, we are going to be making a lot of big decisions. As in the last episode, we left you guys off with making a big decision on what we should do in this free agency, as we have some big decisions to make on who we sign as a player, right? We were looking at forwards in Gabriel Vilardi and also doing a trade. I don't mind Gabriel Vilardi. I was looking at him. I don't mind Gabriel Vilardi. He could be totally a future kind of like Jonathan Toews for the team. But for me, I don't feel like Gabriel Vilardi will... Oh my god, that's ridiculous defensive stats. Now, quick question before I make the decision, because it's either going to be Vilardi, Nylander, or Barbashev. Nylander was already crossed off that list because I really like Barbashev and stuff like that, and also Vilardi. But how well did we play defensive this year will be the big question. We were one of the best teams defensively. I mean, yeah, Ivan Barbashev on the team. He had some more speed on the team, and I'm really kind of excited to see what Ivan Barbashev could do. We're also adding another defensive piece to the team, as we were going to look at the Toronto Maple Leafs, but I finally made up my decision on who I will be picking up, and that is from the St. Louis Blues. The team that eliminated us in the first round is Ivan Barbashev and Vinny Hinostraza. Now, Ivan Barbashev, perfect guy. He's pretty well defensively, and hopefully he's good at that giveaways and takeaways shit that we always look at here. Yeah, he's not as great as Gabriel Vilardi, of course, but we're not looking at that, right? We have Timo Meier. We have some good defensive guys that I think can be some big difference makers when it comes to playing defense. I mean, DeBrincat over the past couple of years, you gotta say he's been pretty well off defensively for the team, right? I mean, look at those defensive stats, right? He's well off defensively. Dylan Strome, he's been well off defensively for this team. Timo Meier, he's been fucking well defensively for the team and laying out the body. Kirby Dach, I mean, yeah, we're trading away a big defensive player in Kirby Dach, but we're gaining back one in Vinny Hinostraza, who I'm hoping as well, he can defend. I mean, look at that 90 defensive awareness. He could play on the PK, could play up on that first line if we think that our man... Schroeder's not ready to play up on that first line. That's the possibility that we're going for here. So with Vinny, we're going to be retaining his salary cap, about a quarter of the, about 50% of his salary cap, because I mean, we really can't afford his salary cap. That's without a doubt, we cannot afford Vinny Hinostraza. So the players that we're going to be throwing away in this deal is, first of all, Kirby Dach. He's going to be the first member of the trade. Now I was thinking of maybe keeping the guy. We might, but to make this deal really go through, you're going to have to add Kirby Dach in the deal no matter which way you put it. Defense are for prospects-wise that we're going to be giving away McKay and also a first-round overall selection of 2028 to the St. Louis Blues, which we did not add that to the deal yet. So that's the deal that we made up here. I don't know if it's going to go through. I don't even know. We'll have to see if it does. We're going to pick up a fourth of this year and then a fifth of next year. That's what we're going to go for picks. So will this go through? And no, it does not. Just what I thought. I definitely knew that was not going to go through. So we're going to add a second and a third to the... Actually, we'll add a third and a fourth of this year's draft. So we'll pick up a fourth and then a fifth. So will this go through? This trade is still rejected. He likes to trade, but he does not like the salary cap retention that we're pulling on Vinny Hinostraza. So if we get about $1.7 million on that, would that go through? See, that's the part that I'm not liking about Vinny, is he has a lot of money on him, and it's not going to be the nicest contract to try and afford for the team for the future. And try to get him off the team is going to be a tough challenge. So I think we're going to have to scratch Vinny Hinostraza on that case. I mean, who do we got else? We got Nick Merkley and Boone Jenner for like some depth. Nick Merkley, not bad defensively, can fit on our PK lines. He's done pretty well point producing. He's not the worst defensive player, and he can put up points. I mean, this guy can be... Yeah, know what? We'll pick up Nick Merkley in the deal. And know what? Boone Jenner as well. Because he could throw that body around. We know he could definitely play defense. We know that. We have seen him before. So, Boone Jenner as well. We'll add him to the deal. Might as well. Add some depth guys to the team. Help our team out for the future. What we'll try to do, though, is we'll try to get about 25% of Ivan Barbashev's contract retained to see if we can get that a bit retained, just so we can afford it a bit better. In the deal, we'll throw in the McKay guy, and then we'll see if that goes through. Probably not. No, way too far off. We knew that was going to be the case. So we'll add that first-round draft pick into this deal and a couple of picks. So a third and a fifth. Will that go through? No, it does not. He's not liking the retained. And I probably knew St. Louis is a playoff team. They probably don't want to retain too much salary cap right now as they're looking to save as much money as they can. We'll do about. Can we get like a little bit retained off? No, you're not. You guys are not even budging on the retention part of any of the deals. So what we'll do is we'll add a second in this deal and then a third of next year, because you guys want to get rid of that pick. So will that go through? No, it does not. So we'll add the third and a fourth of this year. Will that go through? Yes, it does. Ivan Barbashev, welcome to the Chicago Blackhawks, buddy. So, big old deal there just happening with the Chicago Blackhawks as we just picked up a big name in Ivan Barbashev to play up on that second line. Now, it's making our offense, our top six, looking a lot more deadly with DeBrincat, Strome, Shooter, and then we got Barbashev, Meier, and then Bellamy. Our third line, we're going to have to make up a little bit more. I think it's Merkley, Boone Jenner, and A2 Ratu will play on the fourth line. I think that's the way we're going to go. We're going to definitely pick up top four defensemen and then some depth down there for our third and fourth lines. So, very nice trade for the Chicago Blackhawks as Ivan Barbashev, I think, won the Stanley Cup this year. Yeah, they did. So Ivan Barbashev, he's a Cup winner coming to Chicago Blackhawks to help us out a bit more with this year's playoff run. And now we're going to be making some big deals ourselves. So we need a third line centerman and somebody that could be a catalyst for a long time to come for our team. And Micheal McLeod, I am liking you. You could put up the points, and I mean, you're young, 28 years old. You would be a perfect third-line guy. I mean, we haven't had to pick up a third-line guy in a while because we've been relying so much on Jonathan Toews for a long time, but that's not a bad guy to pick up. Falio's too much. Jason Dickinson as well. That's a nice defensive guy to pick up. Not that bad. I mean, the same amount as a guy that is like a Micheal McLeod there. See, the way that I want to go is pick up Micheal McLeod, who can skate. He's a motor, but he could also hit that body a bit. But also can score for the team. And I'm liking Jonathan Dahlin. I mean, he's not well defensively, but that's why you got Nick Merkley and Boone Jenner down there for. But he's not a big goal scorer, so I mean, I don't think that would really work out for the team. But I think that heart is taken over by Micheal McLeod there. We're definitely going to sign him to a deal. 2 years at $6.750 million for Micheal McLeod. I think I might just sign him for 1 year just so we can get him to that deal, because usually they get pissed off if they go a bit higher or a bit lower. So we're going to go a bit lower for you. Defensively, we're also going to be signing Evan Bouchard. We need another guy for the power play, and I feel like Evan Bouchard could be that power play guy for us, that second-tier power play guy. So, Evan Bouchard, we're going to sign you to a contract. We also need to spin the wheel on Micheal McLeod as well, so we'll set up that wheel right quick, which we totally forgot the deal for. Oh my god, computer. Open up fucking the Google. Pop up the Google. So we're going to sign Evan Bouchard to $5.6 million for the next 3 years. I don't really give a shit. He's a good defenseman, and I feel like he's going to be a big part to the team. So Micheal McLeod, what type of contract will we be signing with you, my buddy? To a 1-year contract. So, I mean, we're going to be signing you to another one anyways when we are able to give you a contract extension. But for right now, we got to give you a full no movement clause. So we cannot touch Micheal McLeod if we do sign him. Evan Bouchard, on the other hand, what type of contract will we be giving Evan Bouchard? we will be giving him a no trade clause for the next 3 years. So no trade clause for Evan Bouchard and a no movement clause for Micheal McLeod. So hopefully he signs with the team, and hopefully we get Evan Bouchard as well. Bouchard decides not to sign with the Chicago Blackhawks and decides to dip over to Arizona. And Micheal McLeod decides to sign with the Chicago Blackhawks. So that was a ball buster there, as one of the players that we were looking at getting, he goes and dips over to Arizona. Which, I mean, fuck, no wonder why. I mean, you take a look, you got this fucking guy named Sorelli, fucking 92 overall, fucking monster. Jesus Christ. You got Clayton Keller, you got fucking Dante Fabro, whoever the fuck this guy is, Dale Ribeiro, Weiss, fucking Schmaltz. Fuck, this team is deep as shit. Holy shit, bro. Defensively, yeah, they definitely need some defensive help. They got fuck nobody down there, man. They got fucking Bouchard that adds to the team, but he got paid $5.75 million. That would have been a nice pickup for Bouchard, though. It would have been really nice to get that nice PK guy on the team. That would have been a real boost to the Chicago Blackhawks for this upcoming season. But that's all right. We're going to have to look at a different defenseman for this upcoming season. And we only really... Oh, fuck. That's a... Fuck. That really fucking kicks me in the nuts right now. Neal Pionk. That's like a downgrade, though. He could play in the top 4 pairings. He could play almost anywhere, and he's going to get a huge overall boost by just playing in the top 4 on the power play and in the PK. Okay, we'll do that for Pionk. 2 years. We're going to just give this guy 2 years, because I really don't want to be locked up with a stupid goddamn contract for Neal Pionk. Because, seriously, I would fucking hate to be stuck in a super contract with Neal Pionk. And it is going to be a no-trade clause. So both McLeod and Neal Pionk will be stuck on no-trade clause, which is... It's easy to get off of because you'll just trade up to a championship team. But, I mean, if his contract turns shitty, then it's going to be a real shitty situation for us. So hopefully Neal Pionk, he does sign with the Chicago Blackhawks, so we get him back on the team. We're not getting Pacioretty or Lemieux. That's a fuck ton of money for a guy that is a third liner. I mean, could score goals. Could totally score goals for us, but I feel like I could find somebody better in the free agency right now, which we have $8.8 million. We could have totally kept Kirby Dach. But, I mean, that gives us more potential to go after somebody like an Evander Kane. And I like that. For the third line, Evander Kane is perfect. He brings that toughness, that grittiness alongside of Ryan Hartman and Micheal McLeod. And he brings that agitator kind of role to that. I mean, I like, you know what? We will sign Evander Kane to a contract, right? Might as well. We could use an older guy. Might as well, right? We already have that young core of a roster already. We can use an Evander Kane, and he wants have no movement clause, but there's no trade clause either, so it's just only 1 year, so we're just going to give him a no movement clause. So 5.250 for 1 year for Evander Kane. I will totally do that for that man. He's going to be a big guy for us this year. And Nuge. Damn, we don't really need Nuge. We got Evander Kane. That's who we're picking up. So Evander Kane has just joined the roster. So how are we looking this year with the team that we have? DeBrincat, Strome, Shooter. You got Barbashev, Meier, and maybe even Kane. Bellamy, McLeod, Hartman. You got Merkley, Boone Jenner, Ratu. Fuck, this team is looking deadly this year defensively. We got a plethora of defensemen. We got Bakquist, we got Hanifin, Skjei, Jokiharju, Pionk, Dumoulin. We are looking at pretty damn good. And I'm excited for this team this year. So, do we need any scouting staff, coaching staff? We're keeping it as Trevecca and Claude Giroux, who's getting better as a coach. He's getting that power play up there, which is nice. But we got a nice fucking associate coach in Riley Brower. Do we need any scouts this upcoming season? It looks like we do. We need a QMJHL scout. So we got one there. And then we need... That's really it. I think that's all we need for scouts, actually. I think we're full scouts-wise. Never mind, we do even need another scout. Shit, my bad. Alright, so let's sit into the season. Might as well. Why are we waiting here? Why are we sitting here waiting? We have a full team. Honestly, I do not want to trade away a first-round draft pick. That is a no-go to me. decline and edit the trading block. We have the full team. We have the team that we want. We're not wanting any third liners. We don't want any depth guys. We have Evander Kane this year. I'm happy with the way that the team is this upcoming season, and I'm excited to see where this team will take us. Honestly, Trevecca is a great coach this year. It's gonna be a hard working off season, I think, for Trevecca, having to come up with a game plan for this team. A lot of things have changed. New defensive pickups in Neal Pionk and Henri Jokiharju. Our whole offensive core has changed. We traded away Kirby Dack. We have a new guy named Shooter. We have fucking Ivan Barbashev, Evander Kane added to the team, Micheal McLeod added to the team, Nick Merkley, Boone Jenner. The whole offensive core has changed for the Chicago Blackhawks. So it's definitely a changed team. And this year, we need to name a new captain, which I think is going to be the toughest decision, which I will come back to that later. It's either, I don't know, that's going to be very tough. It's who do you choose between DeBrincat. It's saying DeBrincat is a big-time leader on the team. And I feel like DeBrincat probably is the big leader on the team. Right, you get this guy, he's been here since fucking, how many games has he played? Like 734 games with the Chicago Blackhawks. 300 goals, 439 assists, 739 fucking, he's played in 94 playoff games for the Chicago Blackhawks. He deserves to be the captain, without a doubt. He deserves to be the captain of this team. DeBrincat will be the new captain and also the new thumbnail guy out of this series. So, Bockquist, Hanifin, I think those guys deserve the A's for sure. So, let's take a look at the Chicago Blackhawks this upcoming season. Let's see what we got for a roster. I think this is definitely going to be a champion team this year. I feel like another championship will be coming to the roster, or maybe even the future. Who knows? I think we got everybody up. Stanika, we could use him for depth, but we'll worry about that later. Galvis, yeah, we definitely need that depth player, which we will grab now. Which we will grab Stanika. He can play depth for the team. And then goaltending-wise, we got Murray and Kavana, and then Prasvitza and Teravainen. So, let's get the lineups all set up for the Chicago Blackhawks this upcoming season. And, whew, look at that fucking, oh, dude, how well does Shooter play? Damn, dude. Ryan Hartman jobbed to a fourth liner, you fucking asshole. But he's up to an 82 anyway, so I mean, that's fine. So, here is your Chicago Blackhawks. Look at that second line, though. Bellamy, Barbashev, and Meier. Fuck, dude. Barbashev was such a perfect fit for this team. Honestly, he is. That second line fits him perfectly. Shooter doesn't really fit up in the higher-up lineups, but I think Shooter will do just fine. Hartman, this third line is gonna be deadly. I mean, these guys can throw the fucking body, and we know that. These guys are gonna be physical. They're gonna be aggressive. I'm gonna like that third line. I really am. Defensively, I think Neal Pionk. You get up to an 82. Can we get him up to an higher overall? No, nothing. Ooh, Dumoulin with Pionk, but that means, yeah, we're gonna just keep Skjei with Pionk. He's up to an 82, so I mean that's not the worst defensive core in the world, and we'll get him a little bit more of a boost when we add him to stuff as well. So, Hanifin as well. I mean that's a big. I think. Well, okay. Let's get the lineups going first. So we're gonna throw DeBrincat up on the first line. That's without a doubt. He deserves to be up on the top power play. So Meier could play there on the 1T. Schroman and DeBrincat. Bach was there. We could throw Barbashev up on the top. Hanifin, Shooter. We're just going to play Shooter on the second one for right now, so he can play there. McLeod, Evander Kane, and then we want Neal Pionk. That's what we want. Neal Pionk will help out that PK a little bit, kind of move things around. Do we want anybody else? Bellamy, we're missing Bellamy. I feel like Bellamy will probably be better than Hanifin right now, and we'll throw Bellamy in there. Just so we could get another shooter to this kind of this form, because I mean Hanifin, he just doesn't shoot the puck. Pionk won't definitely move that puck around. He'll be our big specialty on that. So DeBrincat can move there with alongside Bockquist, but DeBrincat can move up there, and then Barbashev, Shooter, yes, not Hanifin, Pionk. There we go. Defensively, McLeod, Jenner, I like that. They're two great defensive guys. Hanifin, Skjei, Bockquist, and Dumoulin. Sure, Merkley, Hartman, sure, I think that looks perfect. I think the defensive core for our team is looking pretty good this year. I'm excited for this team this year, boys. I really am. Like, looking at this team, the potential it has to be a good team, but also a team that might fail. It could go either way, honestly. It could really go either way. This team, I feel like, can definitely really explode, but I could feel like it also can flop on the ground. So we'll have to see how well the team does this year, but let's get some depth players, and then we can start up the simulation for this season, get about 2 months in, and then we'll have to end the episode there. This has been a big season, though, for the Chicago Blackhawks, though. We've really made a lot of big deals, and it's changing up the team for the future. I mean, it's changing everything, and hopefully that this team can keep the pace that's it's having right now and maybe become one of the better teams in the NHL this year again, after kind of an off year there last year with the team that we had. I mean, Jonathan Toews, we had to pay him up and shit like that. So you just kind of have problems when you all look at the last year's team. But this year we've really took it into the account of, hey, we're looking like a pretty good team. Started a 9-game trial for Shooter. I think, yeah, you know what? I'll give him a 9-game trial. Okay. I'm glad that we can, first 15. Jurgen will play 9 games in the first 15 of the season. Okay, I'll give you give you until the middle of November to get the games in. Okay. So, we only can play Shooter for about 9 games. That's what Trevecca has given us. So, we're going to give him 9 games to play. We're actually going to take him out of the lineup, so these games in preseason don't count. Actually, no, we'll get him used to it. We'll see how well he plays in the preseason. We might have to make a trade. This is totally possible for us that we might have to make a trade to make the team a little bit better. I do kind of want to play Shooter this season because the way that I'm liking him, hopefully he can play good for the team. We'll have to see how well he does during preseason action. Now will be a big test for Shooter here, is if he could play good during the preseason and stuff like that. But I don't know why we're getting trades with this fucking Marcus Johansson motherfucker. Probably down in the dumps right now. Gurionov. I mean, if fucking he doesn't pan out, Gurionov will be a guy that I look at. Gurionov will be a guy that I look at if our man... I'll be back to you, Arizona. I will be back to you if Shooter doesn't work out very well. Then we will make a deal with you guys. But right now, we placed fucking pretty high up in the preseason. We had a good preseason. Shooter, how well did you do, buddy? 4 goals, 1 assist. Fucking, hey, I'm liking that. 6 goals. In 6 games, he's had 5 points, and mostly all of them were goals, with alongside of Dylan Showman to Branca. I'm liking that. I'm enjoying that. So let's continue into the playoff or into the regular season here, ladies and gents. Let's get that AHL roster or lineups all set up for this season, so we don't have to worry about it. There we go. We're all ready to go. So let's get this season underway, as the Chicago Blackhawks will be starting up their 2026-27 season. Hopefully they be bouncing right back in the playoffs. So we're going to give the first 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right about there will be the first 9 games of the season. So let's get in those first 9 games of the season here for the Chicago Blackhawks. Hopefully Shooter can get right off to a hot start like he did in the preseason there. He was ripping it up. So hopefully he can continue that big win there against Tampa. But we lost against St. Louis. Lost there against the Minnesota Wild. Come on, boys. That's all we need, is to get some wins together. Oh my fucking god. What the fuck? 10-3 against the St. Louis Blues. Is this team on fucking cocaine or some shit? Jesus Christ. Did we ever get pounded? Fuck me. What's going on? Why can't we win games? Whoa, 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 whoa. What the fuck is going on here, boys? This is some bad fucking hockey that we're playing. Jesus Christ. Shooter, you're going to go down on the second line with Barbashev, Bellamy, and we're going to throw Kane up there. Bellamy will play with McLeod and Hartman, yes. Pionk and Skjei, they're not doing too bad, but Henri Jokiharju is not playing very well right now. Can Jokiharju play? No. Jokiharju there alongside Brady Skjei. That's what we're doing. Fuck me. Shooter's not doing that bad. I mean, he just needed the new lineup, so we're going to put him on that new lineup, and we're just going to keep him in the lineup for the rest of the year. The coach can suck my cock. We need to get this team going, and Jürgen Shooter's going to be that guy that help us out for this future. So we just need to get this team going, and hopefully we can. Jenner, stop breaking your fucking jaw. What the fuck is going on? 2-9-2? What the fuck? Persuade. Dude, what is going on here, guys? It's like we lose Jonathan Daves and Kane and this team is falling apart. I'm not happy with this team performance. Dude, I agree with you, Alex. I agree with you. I think we might need to fire the fucking coach, Trevecca. Fuck. Alright, I think we're going to have to end the episode here. 2-10-2 to start off the season for the Chicago Blackhawks. It has been a rough start to the season, but I think we're going to have to blame one man, and that might be Lucas Trevecca. He was not able to, for some reason, adapt to the team that we have this year. He's not. He played great the past 2 years. He struggled a bit last year, and he did bad in the playoffs. But, I mean, this season, he's struggling. He's not being the coach that we really need him to be. So, we might have to look at some other coaches this year, man. It might be that case where we look at hiring a new coach for this year's team. And I'd like to hear your guys' opinion on who we should hire for this team and who should come in and be the head coach for our team. Should it be the assistant Riley Brower? Should we bring a new head coach in? That will be all made in the next video. But for right now, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Adios, amigos.